Hello again, everybody. This is Craig Evans of Autism Hangout, and thank you for tuning into this Autism Hangout special report, where today we get to do two of my favorite things. I get to talk to one of my favorite authors all the way over in Australia, and we get to talk about what's new at Autism Hangout. In this particular case, it's the Education Library. And I'm going to link these two together because the author that you see behind me, and you've seen her before, has been giving major contributions to the Education Library. We're going to talk about that, but first, please welcome back, let's see, I got to get everything that you are here, Donna. What's that?
Mary Smith.
Mary Smith. Well, Mary Smith is welcome if she's an author, a singer, a songwriter, an artist, and a screenwriter. I mean, is that Mary Smith?
No, it's Donna Williams.
No, that's Donna Williams. Donna, welcome back.
Yeah, we were going to talk about the education series, and when you first started this and you told a lot of people about it, including authors on the spectrum, I took a look and I thought, oh, I'm so scared of technology. So I'd like you to tell people what you did to try to break it down for people who really struggle with that, because we're not all big techie people.
Okay, well, I'd be happy to. Yeah, the program for viewers is called VCasmo. It gives people who want to put a presentation online the opportunity to post a video and then post a PowerPoint and marry them together so viewers can come in and watch a show, and this PowerPoint part is just totally synced up to the video. And my big inspiration was that only 2% of us can go out and participate in an autism conference. That leaves 98% of the people out there in the community pretty much ignorant of all the new things that are going on that are being introduced at conferences.
I also think environmentally, it costs the organizations a lot of money to fly people out. It costs the environment, and in my case with the whole immune deficiency thing recently, it wasn't possible for me to get on the plane. So you have to see people who don't have those issues, because those who do can't fly. And yeah, I hear from a lot of people who are really struggling with income, especially in these times, who won't get that information. For me, is a way that not just known authors can get presentations up there, but people who want to be known as authors of their videos can put their experience, their knowledge, their know-how up there. And the thing is, it won't cost them anything. Not only will it not cost them anything, but they can affordably link it up through Autism Hangout to a pay-per-view system, which you'll talk them through, so they can actually earn money from people watching them give presentations.
Now, again, we started off with talking about people that give presentations at conferences, and those would be the researchers and the experts, but also parents and caregivers. If you've got extraordinary ways to help other people, you can put these programs online, and yeah, you could put them on YouTube, because I put the majority of my things on YouTube as well. But VCasmo allows you to put it behind a pay-per-view page that if you choose to, you can charge people to be able to see this program.
That might be only like $1 or $5. If it's something really outstanding, $10. So, hopefully as cheap as a movie ticket, but not nearly as expensive as a conference.
We don't want to make it so high that people can't afford it, but at the same time, if there's a speaker or somebody that has something of value, they deserve the right to actually be rewarded for that. So I like your movie ticket analogy. That works very well.
Many people on the autism spectrum, that's their only product or service. And we can say, oh, that's terrible. Why should you even charge $1? You should do all that for free. Well, that's great, but we also, you're not coming to my house to mop my floor. And one of the areas that some of us are most skilled in is things like we've researched about, say, autism employment, or we've researched about relationships, or we've gained insight into our sensory perceptual disorders that we can give tips about. Maybe we want to talk about how we went through education and some tips about managing that. So there's all kinds of things that people can see themselves as the textbook, pull up those chapters, put them into video presentations and let that be their book. You don't have to be a typing author, you know, to consider that your textbook.
Let's continue the analogy one more step. Unlike a movie that you can see once and then you have to pay again, for those people that commission or buy a ticket in the education library, you can come back and watch the show over the course of 60 days.
What's good about that is you can bring over the grandparents, you can bring the husband in, you can bring your kid's teacher and sit them down and watch it again in that 60 days. So you can gather up the people who are relevant to that information. So I think that's really important. And you could never pay for that number of people to get to the conference.
Let's take a few moments and talk about the programs that you currently have up. The first one you posted was Meaning Deafness, Meaning Blindness, Body Disconnectedness, Agnosias in the Context of Autism.
We get this word autism and we don't realise that underneath that can be very different things for different people. And one of the things that can happen is agnosias, which basically means the A means not and the gnosia means knowing. So we can have verbal agnosias where we can't put meaning to what we're hearing, so meaning deafness. We can have visual agnosias, so difficulty with meaning blindness. We can have body agnosias, so we can't process two parts of our body or what we're actually doing with our body at a particular time or even where we are in space. And that'll lead to a whole lot of behaviours, natural adaptations that people will go, that's autistic. Where if you actually understand things, you know how to work with them and help this person to become a much more able person who has this range of issues.
You give so many examples from your own life, it makes it easy to understand what these terms actually mean. Another one that you've got out there is called Navigating Involuntary and Managing Voluntary Behaviours on the Autism Spectrum.
You know, the lack of knowledge drives me crazy. I see all this stims. You know, it's all OCD, and people can't tell the difference between an obsessive personality, which is part of who you are, versus OCD, which is a brain chemistry imbalance and needs completely different type of strategies. Being able to distinguish the difference between the kinds of, you know, when do you divert people and when do you channel what they're doing. So it's fine to say, oh, just take that, it's an obsessional interest, and, you know, branch it out and it'll all be tickety-boo. Well, if it's an involuntary behaviour, that's a whole different process. There's still a creative process there, but it might be one of helping people to learn how to divert themselves. So learning to distinguish one from the other helps the person to know who they are, and also helps the environment to know more consistently which strategies are going to work where and why.
And then the one that you just put in the other day is called Battling with Books.
Battling with books. When I was 9, I could read fluently, but they noticed that when they could finally sit next to me that I couldn't point consistently to any pictures related to the words. And then they had to take me back to gesture and link gesture to the words and then link the words to the pictures. And the reason why is because I had something which is now described as a visual verbal agnosia. It's the reading version of meaning deafness. Basically, you read without meaning. But there are strategies to put meaning back into the reading. In that one, I demonstrate how to do that, but also the type of books which are easier to link the meaning together, which type of books are mentally too much clutter, and also I explore tinted lenses as ways of reducing visual disturbances on the page and improving information processing.
Donna, I want to thank you for taking the time to contribute this knowledge in this manner, because it's different watching you tell the story, especially as it relates to you personally, versus reading something on a page. It's very compelling. I loved your programs.
Remember, tell people what website they can go to check it all out.
Donna's programs are at Autism Hangout under the Education Library. That's www.autismhangout.com. And if you're looking for more information on Donna, it's donnawilliams.net.
Nice meeting up with you, Craig.
Thanks, Donna. And thank you, Autism Hangout. I'll be back again soon with another special report.